Hey everybody, it's your boy Marcus Norman from Gentleman Style Podcast, your host of the number one show coming to you live in America. And today we have an incredible guest. This woman is amazing. She is absolutely helping families find their absolute dream home. You are not going to want to miss this episode for the world. Stay tuned. Here we go. Hey everybody, it's your boy Marcus Norman from Gentleman Style Podcast, your show coming to you live and the best show coming to you live in America. And today we have the incredible Miss Kit Lockett. This woman has an incredible drive, an incredible motivation, and she is awe-inspiring. And I just wanted to share with you a very short clip of this woman's heart of gold. I've been talking about it all morning, but I feel like you guys aren't going to believe me, but she has an absolute heart of gold. So I want to share this clip with you. I hope it serves you, and I hope it serves you, my audience, as we move into 2020.
Closes today.
My passion is to see everyone at some point experience home ownership. It's a feeling that I can't describe. The only thing I can do is show you how to possess that feeling for yourself.
I never thought I owned a home, so it's possible. You work for it, you believe in it, it happens. But you gotta work for it. Anybody can give it to you. I kind of can thank my landlord because when you're paying him all that money, a lot of times he wouldn't fix things. So I was forced to pay it. He wasn't fixing it. I stayed there 7 years, 100 some, about 116, almost $120,000 in a house that's not mine. I'm a pretty wise man. Pretty soon I got to wake up from that.
If you are renting, that $1,000, that $1,200 a month that's going into your landlord's pocket, that is serving no justice at all. I say take that same amount of money. Let's leave you in your comfort zone. I'm never going to take you out of your comfort zone, but let's show you how to use your money in a way that it works for you.
We need ownership. You got to believe in that. You stand in line for a pair of Jordans. Stand in line to get your home.
She is absolutely dynamic. Coming to the stage, Miss Kit Lockett. She's a real estate investor and real estate mogul in the Hampton Roads area, serving our community one family at a time. She resides in Hampton Roads, but graduated from the prestigious College of William and Mary. And when she graduated, she opened a multi-million-dollar mechanical contracting firm. With years of real estate experience, credit to her resume, Ms. Kit Lockett provides expertise and wisdom for her clients. She is a multiverse real estate investor. And so let's welcome her to the stage, Miss Kit Lockett. Yay!
Hey.
How are you, Queen? How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us on the Gentleman Style Podcast show. We appreciate you, and we appreciate you coming on and spending time with us today and educating us. The world is crazy right now. In the craziness, the real estate market is absolutely in a state of transition. Help us. I feel that there's a story with you. What inspired you to get started in real estate?
So I think my story is honestly twofold. First thing first, I was addicted to HGTV. I was watching it with my husband almost every night. And, I was like, one day I want to be on that show. I didn't know even what aspect. I didn't know if I wanted to be the agent or to be, the client on the show. I just knew I wanted to be on House Hunters one day. I'll get back to that. So I just literally, text my mom one day and I was like, I'm gonna be on House Hunters. And she was just like, okay, yeah. Because I just throw a lot of stuff out at my mom. Fast forward, after watching HGTV so much, my husband and I decided to purchase a home, and we did it without a real estate agent. And it was probably one of the biggest. I love my house, but knowing what I know now, it was probably one of the biggest mistakes that we've made with such a large financial investment. And, just kind of learning after the process and after the fact, I was like, I want to make sure this never happens to anyone else again. I don't want anyone else, to be taken advantage of this way. I want to give, and provide a service that helps and enables people to make the best decision for them and their family with all the information possible.
And you are doing that. You are absolutely changing the lives of so many family members. And you've been making an impact almost for over 10 plus years, 20 plus years.
So I've been a licensed agent for 3 years, but my real estate experience is 9 years. And the reason why is because we are seasoned investors, and that does count towards my portfolio. So I'm like, most agents who, only been on the side of the buyer side or seller side once or twice in their life, we've done this now over 30 times. So over, a couple of years. And so, yeah, it's definitely a lot of knowledge over those 9 to 10 years, and 20 years plus too. Was in timeshares before that, bought my first house at 19 for myself. So yeah, lots of experience in this field.
Wait. Did you say 19 years old?
Yep, 19 years old. I got my first house built from the ground up, and never looked back. And so since, I was younger, I've always understood the importance and the value of real estate and growing wealth. At 18, when I moved out my house, one of my mentors told me, never rent. And, I was working in timeshare at that stage in my life, fresh out of high school, trying to work my way through college. And he was like, one of the biggest mistakes that people make is waiting to buy. He's like, everyone's going to tell you, figure out where you want to live first before you make that investment. He was like, I'm seasoning this. I'm going to tell you the truth. Never rent. Don't throw away that money. And when I tell you, he was extremely right. The house I purchased then I got for $185. Later when we sold it, it was worth $300. And had I waited, that would have just been tons of equity, thrown away. So, 19 years old and haven't looked back since.
That's incredible. First off, you're amazing. You're absolutely amazing. Incredible. Beauty, brains, hustle, drive, all of the above. Why is renting, right? Because you're touching on it. You're skimming it. My audience needs to know, why is renting such a bad idea? And you help your clients figure this out.
Yeah, I do. Renting is, an option if you have no other option. So I'm not going to say it's always a bad thing. But when you rent, you are essentially throwing away money. That is seriously as it is. I like to give real examples, right? I always tell people, don't trust my math, break out. If you see me, it's just because I have my calculator in my hand. So let's just say, in Hampton Roads, we know the average rent is more than $1,000, but I like regular numbers, round numbers. So I'm going to do $1,000 times 12, 12 months in a year, $1,000. That's $12,000 in 1 year that you've thrown away, that you're just never going to see back. It is a negative investment. You're not going to get any return on it. And let's just say for whatever reason, you're doing that for 10 years. You move out at 22, 23, you don't purchase until, you're in your 30s. You've given away $120,000. That's a large amount of money to just give away that you're never going to see a return on. You pretty much at that stage have paid off half of a house that, had you have bought, you'd been halfway through your mortgage already. So,
this is the expert, y'all. She just did the math for you guys. No one else. She's going to help her clients do the best thing possible for them. This is Miss Kit Lockett spilling the tea. We are going to go to a quick commercial break. We will be right back.
I'm Marcus Norman, bringing fresh vibes to hot topics surrounding culture, relationships, business, finance, sex, dating, faith, and everything in between. Whether you're into passive income opportunities, trending topics and useful relationship tips, or dynamic guest speakers, there's something for everyone. You can expect all that and more every week. If you're down with this content, then consider joining our growing community by subscribing to Gentleman Style Podcast and smash the bell to get on our VIP list. Your support means the world. Thanks for watching. Link to my channel.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Marcus Norman from Gentleman Style Podcast. We have the incredible, the amazing, super fragilistic, expialidocious Miss Kit Lockett, real estate investor, multi-business owner, brains, beauty, she got it all. And she is spilling the tea and helping families transition in these crazy, crazy times. Miss Lockett, you actually, this is the best time to buy a home. Yet potential homeowners are frustrated, right? They're applying on homes and they're not getting it. Why is that? And what's going on in the market that you've seen?
Look, I'm gonna try to watch my language, but I think it goes beyond the word frustrated. I can say that they are pissed. Okay, don't tell my pastor I said that word, but
You good?
they are, and it's seriously because right now we are in an extreme seller's market. So, for example, last year around this time, about a month or so back, we had 8,000 homes on the market, and about $9,000 to $10,000, now 9,000 to 10,000 buyers. This year, we have over 10,000 homeowners or potential homeowners, buyers rather, on the in the market, and only 4,000 homes. So for every one home on the market, there's, mathematically speaking, there's about 2 to 3 buyers fighting for it. But realistically, out here in the streets, what we're seeing is I haven't seen a home that hasn't had 5 to 6 offers on it in probably 3 to 4 months. Every time I write an offer, we're having to go, above and beyond our highest and our best. That means that we're giving the maximum that we can to secure a home. But not just us. That means, 5 other realtors, their clients are also doing the same thing. So competition is fierce. And because of that, a lot of buyers are finding themselves just not willing to kind of stay in the fight. They're just saying, we're going to go ahead and rent for another year. We've got to be out of our lease, in a month or two. And we've been doing this for a month or two and we don't have any more time.
Wow.
It's extremely frustrating. Great for sellers, though. This is definitely the market to sell your house if you're looking to sell.
So that makes sense, right? Because these properties are getting multiple offers, and so your clients are frustrated because they're giving up too soon, and you're helping them stay in the fight, stay in the game.
So that's my thing. I'm like, you know what? If we lose a house, there's going to be something else that comes, up that's going to make it all make sense. You're not going to, I kind of think of it like dating. You fall in love when you're young and, you're just all in love. You want to give your all and this is the person, and then 3 years later, you're like, who was that? And what was I thinking? Because when the right person really comes along, you realize why that one didn't work out. And it's the same thing for real estate. So I tell my clients, if we didn't get the house, I'm faith-based. I tell them it's because God has something better for you. And my faith hasn't let me down nor my clients down yet.
And that's fair. That's fair. You do a lot of the legwork and you do a lot of the education for your clients. But what things do your clients need to have prepared when they come to you or before they come to you? What is it? What paperwork, documentation, ducks in a row to get them straight before they come?
Everything. No, I'm joking. What they really need to do is to come, I would say, with some sort of knowledge of their credit score. You would be surprised how many times I ask a client, and this is me trying to figure out which direction to take them, because there's levels and tiers to almost everything in life. So if someone has, fair credit, I have a lender for them. If someone has, good to mid-level credit, great. But if someone has excellent credit, there's other programs that they can get involved in. So I would always tell my clients, come with knowledge of what your credit score is. Also, come with your W-2s ready for the last 2 years. Come with your paycheck stubs, from the last month or so. Also, they're going to ask for bank statements for the last 3 months. So during my consultation, I kind of advise my clients to have all of these things ready so that when we present to the lender, we're good to go, because we don't want to be the reason for our own hold up, in this process either. So let's come prepared, let's move efficiently, and let's get it done.
I love that. I love that. So there's homework we got to do, guys. There's homework on our end that we have to do to get things straight and to get right so that we have a smooth transition into the home of our dreams, right? And that makes sense. To work with a fabulous top agent like Miss Lockett, you have to have your ducks in a row. You can't be messing around here. And so,
Exactly. And one of the things I think that people are so misled about is there's this myth that you have to have perfect credit to purchase a home. I've had people, come and say, oh, Kit, my scores are only, 660, and 630. I don't think I can do it. You can purchase a home for as low as 580s. I try to stay away from the 580s. And I tell people, if you have a realtor telling you to purchase a home, with a 580 credit score, she's not looking out or he's not looking out for your best interest. They're looking out for theirs. I advise my clients to wait to the 620 mark. And the reason why is with a 620 credit score, if you're a first-time home buyer, I can get you into the first-time home buyers program and you don't do a down payment. That's $7,000 to $15,000 to $20,000 in your pocket because you're not having to give out that 3.5% of the purchase price. So, when I get clients and they're like, I already started looking with the agent, but I'm not really liking them or whatever. And they're like, I have a 580. And I'm like, no, we're going to wait until that scores up to 620 because you're going to keep that $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in your pocket for your family. We're not going to rush this process just to try to say that you have a home. We're going to do it the right way.
look at that. A heart of gold. Just like I told you guys, she has a pure heart of gold, and she's looking after each one of her clients. What agent is going to tell you that? What agent is going to actually say, no, let's wait?
Yeah.
And that's what she's about. That's what she's in the business of doing. She's not here interested in trying to swindle you or make you feel anything less than the fabulous person you are. Miss Lockett has been helping people for years. And she's doing it with a heart of gold. We have a question from the audience.
Thank you.
So Miss Shalonda Wilkes asks, can you touch on LGI homes a little bit?
So, I'm not even familiar what LGI homes are. Go ahead and Shalonda, tell me what that is. Is that an acronym I don't recognize? And the reason why is because in real estate, some of the terms that y'all hear are street terms sometimes, not saying that this one is. And us realtors are like, that doesn't mean anything to us. So can she hear me?
She can't hear you.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Shalonda, please clarify that question. Bring it back and we'll come back and swing around for you. Miss,
I'm about to Google it. Hold on. And that's the thing about me. So unlike most people, I'm not going to fluff my way through something if I don't know. I'm going to literally tell you, I don't know. We're going to do a little bit of research and we're going to find the right answers. But I'm going to look that up right now for you and see if I can find that in my handy dandy real estate tools.
Absolutely. What you flip houses as well, correct?
I do.
So what tips, what nuggets could you drop for someone looking or thinking about getting into house flipping, the house flipping business? Any cash reserves that you recommend they should have on hand before getting into the business?
So one of the biggest, I think, misconceptions that just kind of make me kind of chuckle, and it's not in a condescending way. It's everyone hears these, you can get into flipping with no money out of pocket. That is so 1990s. That is not the case anymore. Those are the people that get you to those seminars, get you all hyped up, and at the end tell you to buy their $3,000 program. You should definitely, before you get into investing, have cash reserves. There's always, y'all watch HGTV just like us. And y'all see that just about every home when they open up is something that Property Brothers is my show. Mine too. But y'all see every single time that there is a home, there's just something that goes wrong and they need more money. They need something else. It's always above budget. And that is, honest to God, the one thing I think that they get right about that show. You have to be prepared for the unexpected. So what I always say is have a minimum of, $10,000 to $20,000. Even if you are lucky and you find that hard money lender or that person who's just going to do 100% of the financing for the deals, you still have attorney fees that you have to pay that most people don't even consider, when they're purchasing a home. Every time we close on a home, we're giving out $5,000 to $8,000 to the attorneys for closing costs. That's outside of the repairs. That's outside of the purchase home. And those fees are not covered by the hard money lender or most any other lender that you're going to meet. So make sure you have those reserves, and you're going to pay them when you buy them and you're going to pay it when you sell it. So I always tell people, have that as a minimum. Another thing that they're going to require is a down payment in most cases. So even if they're doing 100% of the financing per se of the at the repair value and all of that, you're still going to be expected to come to the table with some money. And right now, the average lender is doing 80% of the value. So you need to come with 20% of that property to the table. And you still got to pay for repairs in some cases above and beyond that.
Absolutely. So 10 to 20,000.
That's the minimum.
That's the minimum. So when you
I always say, not to cut you off, but I always tell people to do also for your, people are anti going into business with friends. I get that. I understand, what can happen, but that's as simple as getting 3 or 4 friends together. And each of y'all putting in $5,000 to $7,000 and doing it together, and then you branch off. I'm community minded. It is nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with working with friends, pulling together resources, getting that first one out the way. Y'all learn together. Y'all have each other as a backup. If one doesn't have this, the other one does. You learn together, and then branch off and go your individual routes. So that's always my advice too for first time investors, or you can partner with a seasoned investor. We take on people, all the time. They'll come with their 5,000 to 7,000. At the end, they might walk away with 10 to 12, back as a return. So you just never know.
But everybody knows.
Everybody does.
And I love that. This is next level thinking. Y'all see the brain, the think level on Miss Lockett here. This is incredible. And Miss Patience Dean, thank you for the incredible donation to the show. That helps us find and work hard in striving to get great guests like Miss Lockett. We are going to go to our quick and last commercial break. We will be right back. So stay tuned, stay engaged as we come back. See you guys soon.
Are you a local business looking to offer your customers easy access to cash without having to travel miles? We're here to help. At Norman Legacy Investments, we provide free ATMs with free installation that provide a suitable investment for your business. Even better, we offer you some profit sharing and handle everything from start to finish. Just reach out to us today to schedule a free consultation.
Oh.
Surprise. Hey,
I was researching LGI Homes. I found it. I know I was. So LGI is a custom home builder. It looks like, and they're actually located mostly in Northern Virginia. I am working in the Northern Virginia market. I just expanded there. So give me a second as I learn that builder, because I haven't worked with them personally. But when it comes to, doing any of the big box builders who build these communities, I say do your research. As an agent, I am not allowed to steer clients away or to a builder. So I would say for any of those companies like that, one starts with the R, ends with the N. Just do your research. They give you a 1-year warranty for a reason. And sometimes what I'm finding is my clients, that move into those communities, after a year or so, they're calling me and they're telling me this is falling apart, that's falling apart, this isn't working. So the same gorgeous new construction home, I would sell them in 2 years, they're ready to move out. So when it comes to any of those type of builders that kind of just pop up and do all these little planned communities all around the United States, they're in and out, they're never really there. Just do your research. I would always recommend going with a real custom builder if your budget allows it versus those big box builders.
Love that. Thank you, Ms. Lockett. Thank you, Ms. Shalana, for the great question. We told you we came right back around to you. We have, if you're just tuning in, we have the incredible, amazing Ms. Kit Lockett, a real estate, dare I say, mogul. HTV, she's well known in the community and recognized nationally as a major player in the real estate market, and she's helping us grow right now, and I absolutely love it. Thank you for coming on the show, Ms. Lockett. How has COVID-19 affected your companies? Because you don't just do real estate, you do other things, but how has COVID-19 affected you? 2020 was rough.
It was. Y'all got time. Hold on. Let's not get comfortable for this one. But no, honestly, and this isn't, and I say this with caution, because this isn't to down anyone else. 2020 honestly, it was probably one of the best years for me and my companies. We did more business in 2020 than the previous 2 years combined. So I'm always cautious about telling people that because I don't want it to be in the face of people that have experienced losses. I've seen it, I've witnessed it, I've seen it, with people really close to me. But if I just answering the question to you, honestly, 2020 was one of the greatest years for me as far as business goes. And that's for my HVAC company, as well as my real estate companies, my buying and holding companies, and my flipping companies.
Wow. So staying engaged, Miss Lockett is actually striving and thriving in the pandemic. And what she's saying is you can do it too. Despite the bad, there's always a rainbow at the light. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. And Miss Lockett and her team and her family are doing just that.
Yeah. And I would say a lot of it honestly came from, not having the distractions. Just again, I'm speaking for myself because, again, I'm not insensitive to the fact that some people were in totally different situations than myself and my household. But I think for me, not having, I travel a lot too, but not having the ability to just get up and hop on a plane and go, not having the ability to just go and, visit bars and talk to people. I'm not really a partier per se, but actually being in the house forced me to read, forced me to research, forced me to market, forced me to plan a lot more. And also the fact that all of y'all were forced to stay in your houses too. I think what really happened is that y'all realized that, that 2-bedroom apartment with those 2 kids and a husband and the boyfriend, wasn't working. And everybody started telling me we needed a bigger house. So my phones, just kind of stayed ringing because of that there. Everyone wanted to, get out and buy and let go of the small spaces. Everybody wanted more room in the office for the kids because they were homeschooling. So it was just, I think it actually worked out in my industry a little bit differently.
It did. What books would you recommend every man or woman should read? What's your favorite book?
So there's a couple, right? So for African Americans, and I'm not segregating the audience, but just something, actually, I'm going to say for everybody. One of the best books I think I've ever read as a Black woman, and I've actually had my husband read it, and now my son is reading it, is called Brainwash. And it was a book challenging the inferiority complex of African Americans in America. I think once you really face certain things and once you really come to terms with how race plays a major part of your mindset and how it affects your success, the way you see yourself, the way you strive for things, it just takes you to a whole nother level. So Brainwashed is one of the books I recommend every person read. And I don't think it should just be for Black people. I had to check myself on that one because I think sometimes people don't know what they don't know. And when maybe a non-Black person reads this book, they'll actually kind of see the internal battles that Blacks face on paper without interruption, without a lot of dialogue, so they can actually ingest and digest it. So that's one. And then the other book, I would say is probably 7 Habits of Successful People. That's so cliche. It took me all of 4 months to read that book because I kept putting it down and picking it back up. But once I finally got through it, I was like, you know what? Yeah, it's time to change my habits because excellence is a practice. It's something you do daily. It's a habit. And you have to form those really strong habits to get you through the days when your feelings are telling you opposite of what you need to do. You need to do. The days when you don't feel like getting out of bed, or the days you don't feel like, posting or marketing, those habits kick in and it kind of becomes like an autopilot, auto drive thing. So I think that's a really good book for people to read.
True. Love it. Brainwash. I gotta get that. That's going on the list. Y'all should check it out too. What is your favorite way to give back to your community, Miss Lockett? Besides everything else you do.
So this is gonna be strange. My favorite way is being a foster parent. I think one of the best quotes I've ever heard, and I love, and I'm probably gonna mess it all up, but it's easier to train a child than to change a man, or something like that. I think when you get a child that's disadvantaged, that has no idea what the world is outside of their little circle, that's often disadvantaged, and you actually help them to see something better in themselves, that changes generations. And so by fostering and opening my home, my husband and I, to, these disadvantaged children that, otherwise might never see a two-parent home, might not ever, see even a family that has a car, and things like that, might not ever know that you're supposed to do homework or the importance of school. That literally is the best thing that anyone can do. I'm an advocate that more people, if you're a healthy home, don't take children if you can't. It's never about the money, so don't get into that just for the financial benefit of it. But to actually change generations, to actually make a difference, I always tell people when they can, open your home and foster a child. It does wonders.
Wow. Wow. I had no idea. And I follow you. I follow her profusely, though. I had no idea that was, wow.
Yeah, so a lot of times, people wonder where I get a random baby from sometimes, or, or random kids. I've had as many as 5 in a sibling group, and with me for over a year. And, eventually they become your family members. But it's just so amazing when they finally do, sometimes get returned to their home, and they'll call you and they'll be like, my mom said I didn't have to do my homework, but I told her Miss Lockett said that we got to do homework in this house. And so, the lessons that they learn, they take here, and you just realize that, that's probably something that's going to get them, through life. If, give a little dollar, give, $20 here, that might get them through the winter, get them through, through some meals. But when you actually open your home and put in values and put in time, that's life changing.
Wow. You're right. You're absolutely right. I need to step it up. I need to get my game up. Miss Lockett, how can my audience uplift you? How can we support you? What's the best way for my audience to connect with you?
So I'm horrible on Instagram. I talk about that today on my post, but I love talking to people. So Facebook is really, really the easiest way to stay connected to me. I rarely have a comment that I don't respond to. I pride myself on trying to talk to everybody on Facebook. He's just put the link to my business page, but I'm gonna go a step further, and I'm gonna tell y'all that you can find me on my personal page too. And that's Mark Lockett, MARQ, last name Lockett, LOCKETT. That's if you just want to chat, talk to me. As far as like if you want to schedule a formal consultation, I would say go to my website. It's the easiest thing to remember because I yell it every 5 minutes, but it's just getwithkit.com. So that's www.getwithkit.com. You can click on the schedule button and, schedule a consultation. They're virtual now, so it'll be all over the phone or through Zoom. And it's free to you, and we can talk about real estate. Sometimes people schedule consultations to talk about investing. I don't recommend doing that, but if you want to talk about, buying or becoming a homeowner or selling your home, you can definitely use my website to schedule an appointment.
Ow. There you are. Kit Lockett. She is changing the real estate game, and she is doing it with love at the forefront. Miss Lockett, I thank you, sister. I thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Please don't ever give up. Please don't ever stop doing what you're doing. We need you. We need what you're doing. What you're doing is impactful, it's powerful, and it's absolutely life-changing. So please don't ever quit. The world is changed every day by you.
Thank you so much. And you too. I love your page. I'm not sure if you have, your podcast members on your personal page, but the conversations and the dialogue you inspire on your page is always amazing. I find myself having to log off, to get work done because I'm on your page for 30 minutes commenting back to other people. So thank you. Thank you for what you do as well. It is beyond important and needed too.
Thank you so much. So y'all, we got to give her back to her family because she got work to do. She is still grinding, y'all. So, Ms. Lockett, thank you, my sister. And thank you all for tuning in to Gentleman Style Podcast with the incredible Miss Kit Lockett, real estate mogul. So, like I always say, take care of your friends, take care of your families, and always take care of business. This is Marcus Norman and Miss Kit Lockett signing off. We love you guys. Bye.